Michael Saylor is perhaps one of the most well-known advocates of cryptocurrency. He's done a lot of good teaching people about the many benefits that cryptocurrency can offer. However, I think the recent Canadian trucker protests have shown us why he might be wrong about one key aspect of cryptocurrency. Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is the Part-Time Economist, and in today's video we're taking a look at some of Michael Saylor's theories on cryptocurrency and kind of comparing them with some of my own. Now, obviously, to start off the video, I will say that Michael Saylor has done an absolutely amazing job of promoting cryptocurrency. As the CEO of MicroStrategies, he invested a lot of the company's treasury funds into Bitcoin, and that was a move that paid off very nicely, made a ton of money, and since then he's been doing interviews. He's really been promoting all the benefits that cryptocurrency can have. Obviously, I am not an expert here. However, I do think that there's one theory that he has that we might want to revisit and perhaps adjust given the recent events that we're seeing specifically in Canada. Now, before I get into his theory, I've got to give just a very brief background of what's going on with cryptocurrency. So the idea with cryptocurrency is that we've got this purchasing power preserving asset, right? Bitcoin, let's just assume for a minute that cryptocurrency does everything it's supposed to do. So Bitcoin, it preserves our purchasing power. If the government fails, if the government prints money, regardless of what happened, we've got this cryptocurrency. It's sitting here. It's keeping us safe. That's awesome. The idea is that we can hold on to that cryptocurrency and we can pay with it. However, once cryptocurrency started getting more popular, what we saw is that if you were paying for a $5 cup of coffee, right now, if you were to do that on the Ethereum blockchain, you might spend $20, $30, $40, $50, right? If you're doing that on the Bitcoin blockchain, you might spend, again, massively more than $5, right? So the issue is that although cryptocurrency can do these great things, it costs so much to actually use it that many people don't even want to fool with it, right? If I have the option of going and paying for a coffee with my Visa and getting 2% cash back, or paying for that same $5 coffee and spending $60 in transaction fees, I'm going to take the Visa. So this is where Michael Saylor's theory comes in, that we can have this cryptocurrency, we're going to keep it with a custodian, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the store, we're going to pay with our Visa, we're going to pay with our MasterCard, whatever the case may be, and then we're going to have this cryptocurrency sitting here in our account, and then at the end of the month, instead of this company taking money out of our bank account, they'll just sell off a portion of that cryptocurrency and use that to settle all of our debts. And basically what this does is allows us to hold on to that asset. The price is going up, again, theoretically, is going up the entire month. So when we get that bill at the end of the month, our cryptocurrency has went up, we pay that bill with fiat, and everything is good. We get an appreciating asset. The merchants, they don't have to worry about accepting Bitcoin or Litecoin or Solana or Ripple. We pay them in fiat just as we currently do. They can use all of their existing payment systems. So in theory, this is awesome. We get an asset that resists inflation. It works out for the merchants. Everyone is happy. However, this overlooks one key portion of what cryptocurrency was designed to do. Cryptocurrency was not simply designed to be to the moon. Cryptocurrency was not simply designed to give us Lambos, right? Yes, it's nice that it resists inflation. It's nice that it does all of these things, but take a look at the original Bitcoin white paper, a purely peer-to-peer form of electronic cash that would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution. Here's the thing. Digital signatures provide part of the solution, but the main benefits are lost. Read this again. This is literally in the Bitcoin white paper. The main benefits are lost if a trusted third party is still required to prevent double spending. So what are we doing when we take cryptocurrency that I can send you Bitcoin, I can send you Ethereum, I can send you Bitcoin Cash, I can send it directly to you. I don't have to go through a bank. I don't have to go through a financial institution. What are we doing when we take this asset and we say, oh, let's just put it with a financial institution and let them settle that for us? We are completely erasing the most important thing of cryptocurrency, right? So the idea here is that, again, we're talking in theoretical. Cryptocurrency is better than gold. It has a fixed supply. It does all of these things. But if we're going through a financial institution and we're relying on that financial institution to settle our debts, we're really just reinventing the existing financial system, but instead of being collateralized or backed by dollars or backed by gold, we're just backing it by Bitcoin, right? These financial providers, they can still do a variety of things. They can get into lending practices that might not be good, whatever the case, but we're just simply swapping out that collateral, gold for Bitcoin, dollars for Bitcoin, oil for Ethereum. We're just changing what backs the system. We're not really revolutionizing the system. We're just tweaking it. So to put that into perspective, I do want to read here a little bit about what's going on in Canada. It says the RCMP and other law enforcement agencies have been gathering intelligence on convoy protesters and their supporters and sharing that information with financial institutions to restrict access to cash and cryptocurrency. So all of these people that are saying, oh, cryptocurrency is peer-to-peer. It's not if you're holding it with a financial institution. So in theory, I want us to talk about Canada. And I'm not going to comment one way or another, but let's suppose that basically what Canada is doing is it's saying, hey, if you're involved in these protests, we're freezing you out, right? You can't use your bank. You can't use your whatever financial institutions you do business with. We're going to put a freeze on it. You can't transact. You are we're turning you off, basically. Okay, whatever. Assume, just for the sake of argument, that Canada is doing the most perfect thing. It was the 100% right call to do in this situation. Now, is it the right call? I have my own thoughts on that. Obviously, you are free to make your own opinions, but let's suppose that it is the perfect right thing to do. Well, if Canada can do this in the right reason, could it be possible that a government could do this in the wrong reason? Have there ever been governments that have done bad things, right? The idea here is that if you can do it for the right reason, you can also do it for the wrong reason. And what we're seeing here is that, let's suppose you have a bad government. Let's call it the government of the part-time economist. And I don't have protests. I just say the peasants do not deserve to eat this week because they have not told me that I should be a full-time economist. And I freeze everyone's accounts. And they're thinking, oh, I can't buy my bread. I can't buy any food because the part-time economist has frozen my bank account. They say, oh, I have some cryptocurrency that I've stored on an exchange, or I've stored it with a custodian. I can just spend that. Not happening, because the part-time economist, as you see here, can also restrict access to cryptocurrency. So if you've got your cryptocurrency stored on an exchange, if you've got it stored with a third party, a business, you don't actually have that cryptocurrency in your wallet, it's the same as any other financial asset. There's no difference, right? By contrast, if we're keeping true to the original vision of cryptocurrency, how it was originally designed, you're supposed to keep that yourself. You're going to have your cryptocurrency. You pay someone else directly with that cryptocurrency. So by contrast, and I don't know, I haven't 100% fact checked this, but this letter here, the Ontario Superior Court of Justice asked for a self-custody wallet provider to disclose user information and freeze their Bitcoin. Here's the response. This is not possible. Basically, they're saying, and again, I'll leave some references here, so if you're listening to this on podcast, you can't see what's going on. But basically what this is saying is that we cannot freeze our users' assets, we cannot prevent them from being moved, we do not have knowledge of the existence, nature, value, and location of our users' assets. This is by design. So here's the key difference. These financial institutions, right? Let's suppose you've got a financial institution, you store your cryptocurrency there. They can be told by the government, hey, block this person's stuff. And they can do that, right? Because they have access, they can shut off your accounts. By contrast, if you're using a self-custody wallet, if you're keeping your crypto in your MetaMask, your Trust wallet, you're keeping it on your Trezor, whatever the case may be, a self-custody wallet where you actually own that cryptocurrency, even if this wallet provider here, so the example that they're using is Nunchuck.io, they create the software, they don't create the wallet. They can't turn your wallet off. You own that cryptocurrency. So again, I'm not saying that they should do this or that they shouldn't do this, but let's suppose that instead of Canada, we're back in the part-time economist empire, and I've told my peasants that they don't get to eat. Well, they can still trade between themselves, among themselves, with cryptocurrency if it's on their own wallet, because then they're participating peer-to-peer. I can shut down those financial institutions, I can shut down the banks, but I can't shut down that peer-to-peer transaction, which is what cryptocurrency was originally designed for. So just to wrap things up here, obviously, as I said, I'm a huge, I think Michael Saylor has done so much for cryptocurrency, right? Because he put his money where his mouth was. He made this huge bet on cryptocurrency that paid off, and now he can go in and he can say, look, I know what I'm talking about, I've done this. And the vast majority of things that he said, obviously, I think are pretty good. However, that doesn't mean that we can't have a disagreement or perhaps revisit some of these other things. And the big issue that I take is this notion that, well, we can store our crypto somewhere, we'll pay in fiat, and it'll just settle. Yes, if the only issue was inflation, if that was the only problem, in theory, that would be a fantastic idea. It's simple, it's effective, it's easy, great idea, right? The problem here is that inflation very rarely comes by itself. If you look at all of these countries that have had very high inflation or even hyperinflation, it's usually associated with political turmoil as well. Political turmoil that can lead to people that are on the naughty list getting banned, getting shut down, right? And Bitcoin, what it does, Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies in the general sense, is designed to prevent that, right? It's designed to say, hey, you can shut down my bank account, but you can't shut down my cryptocurrency wallet. I mean, obviously, if there's no power, there's no complete internet, yeah, but that would be a totally different scenario because that would apply to everyone. It wouldn't be targeting specific individuals. So I want to know what you all think. What do you think about this notion that we can keep it with a custodian, they'll settle? Again, fair game. I'm going to open up the comments, leave what you think down below. And again, like I said, it's not Michael Saylor's bad, but I do think the recent events have really shown us that we need to look very carefully if that's a viable option for really enjoying all of the benefits of cryptocurrency instead of just narrowly focusing on that purchasing power aspect. So as always, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.